get your name?
Jack Dowd.
Yeah, okay.
It's on the program, I think.
Okay.
Good. Is the piano going to stay stable somehow?
It's going to be up at Madison's for 3 months till June. People go out and play it.
Well, in other words,
Madison
the
City Grill. They
sponsors.
put it out every night, every day rather.
The sponsors.
Yeah. Right. Hi. Thank you. Thank you very much. I really enjoyed doing it. Okay. Well, from the minute they rolled up with the piano in that big truck and let it off the lift, I got pretty excited, and we wheeled it in, and I wanted to start right away. I had my paints ready, I had my ideas ready, I had all my jacquees and my decoupage, and I called my buddy Larry Keckler, who is a piano repair expert, and he came over and we pulled that thing apart. We had the pieces laying all over the studio. It was wonderful. I know that this will be red, both sides, so we'll see how that looks. I have to give it 2 coats probably, or 3. I think I'm going to carry the red all the way down. Kind of works nice with this color. The red, of course, is different, but that's all right. But, you know, I start putting the pictures in.
Must be delayed, right?
I'll probably cut this part out, and then I'll paint the red behind it rather than have the red here. I'm going to redo my pictures, and then I may sketch around them, you know, in a kind of Peter Max approach to making them more alive.
Happy New Year.
So anyway, that's the plan.
I'll see you guys.
So I guess I should end the red right here.
But the outline was going to be a different color.
What outline? I'm gonna run a red to this corner, and then back here's all gonna be the dark color. Oh, it can't be, because that's. Didn't we want to do this red back here? Around the dark? Okay. Maybe I'll carry the red around the back here.
Or it could be another color.
That whole size can be red, that size can be red. I can get a roller going, but if you do that piano bench purple, the blue color today, that'd be great. I'm painting.
You sure you want to paint that red?
Same as that. Oh no, I'm on the wrong. Okay, I'm on the wrong.
Well, of course, it's harder to make both.
Yeah, this is going to be blue, and I think this could be another color, but it could be a subtle color, a change of color. Not
Yeah, well, you have 2 shades. So
well, they're too much alike now that they both draw. Yellow might be nice. Oh, look at that! Oh, look at all the prints and see which colors. I know. Hi, I'm Jack Dowd, and I am an artist, mostly a sculptor. I do paintings as well. Lately in life I've done more paintings than sculpture, but I have a very well-rounded life, 4 children, great wife, living in Sarasota. I'm a grandparent. Maybe I'll be a great-grandparent soon. I enjoy many things other than arts. I am involved in senior games. I do a lot of track meets where I throw the javelin, discus, and hammer and shot put, which keeps me young. But the thing that keeps me mostly young is doing my art and watching the world and seeing what needs to be talked about visually. It wasn't long after I finished the Out-of-Door Academy project of the 10 big paintings that I got a call from the Art Alliance in Sarasota, and they were looking for artists, or they had chose 6 or 7 artists to do paintings on their pianos, a project called the Keys of Sarasota. And I was giving it quite a bit of thought of what project or what theme I would use on the pianos, and then of course it dawned on me that in doing the research for the Out-of-Door, I had discovered the 27 Club of the 40 rock stars that died at age 27, and I felt that would be a good theme because most of them, some of them of the 27 Club, and many musicians play piano, keyboards. And I decided I would take that project on. They delivered the piano to me, and I had already started a whole bunch of sketches and paintings, which I had giclées made, and then was able to take the giclées and attach them to the piano in a very artistic and interesting way, choosing colors that would be compatible to what I felt a music color would be, something hot and something smooth and so on.
And it'll rotate with it. But we were just, I think it was just because we were too high, it wasn't letting it go all the way down.
Hold up.
Scratching his head. So it's nice and wet, like wallpaper should be. He's the guy with the glasses, with the devil in the glasses. I live my life as I do my art. Instead of putting everything down in ink, I do it in pencil because then I have an eraser. Hey Matt?
Yeah,
What'd you do with my drill?
I left it there. Go back on it.
Oh, okay, I got it. I didn't see it on the floor. If I don't like what I've sketched, I can go back, or if I don't like what I did, I can go back and I can change it, especially if I haven't made such a permanent mark. And so when I do a project, sure, I do have a plan. I have a sketch on graph paper. It's measured, it's planned, every bit of it, but as I work through the project, I see something happens that needs to be changed and I immediately do it. Especially in color. When you're working in color in a painting or painting a sculpture, some colors just don't work. One particular sculpture I had a very large base on, and when I finished the sculpture I had to cut the large base off because it didn't work with the whole theme of it. So I am very careful about a project that I'm starting. I think about it for a long period of time before jumping into it, especially a sculpture which takes a lot of money to create and a lot of my time. And I don't always think whether or not it's going to be sellable as much as is it going to be something that that I really want to do? Is it important enough? Is this character that I'm doing really worth taking the time, the months, and the expense to create? There was no question in my mind when I did the 27 Club, and there was no question in my mind when I decided to use them for the piano project, which I think is just terrific. See, this is like printed out off the internet. I used to use this as references when I was doing the paintings of them. Let me go and check with Jill, see what's up. She was supposed to do something for me, and I have to ask her. Can I get you anything? Well, these are chiclees that were put on wallpaper paper. And I am wallpapering them on to the top part of the piano, so that as you approach the piano, you see the 6 most popular rock stars that ever died at 27, who contributed probably the most of anybody, any rock star. And that's the 6 you see here. Amy Winehouse, Morrison, Jones from the Rolling Stones, 1965 and 66 when he founded the Rolling Stones. And he got the name Rolling Stones from an album that he saw of a folk singer, a blues singer. And like my sculpture last call, I want people to stay and look and read and not just glance at it once or twice, get a sense of what it might be, but to actually look at it as if they were in a 2-hour movie or reading a long book. It tells a story. Hey, man. A lump right in there. Oh, that's just the paper. Okay, that's okay. We'll cut that out later. Isn't that funny? Now I had that all worked out exactly, and here, look what I have left over. Isn't that funny? When I had it exactly planned. So, but sometimes mistakes are made, and they're better than what's planned. It's called an adventure when you set out to do something and the unexpected happens. So this is an adventure. So 44 inches is there. Young.
You restringing this guitar?
Yeah, because sometimes it's better to use a scissor than to use a razor knife. If you can make smoother curves. Because it's going to need, after 3 months being outdoors with little kids banging on it and homeless people sleeping on the bench or whatever. Great deals. Kind of fish you buy, or even less. All fresh, good stuff. You'll be very impressed. That's it pretty much, I think. I wouldn't want to do any more. I just wanted his hand to be different from his head. It's coming down from his body. And on the other side, I got a lot of little things to do once I glue them on. Yeah, I had to cut the pictures apart to create more movement and to fit properly. I didn't want to just put square pictures up. So by cutting the faces out and getting rid of a collar or a certain part, cutting some of the hair away, I have to paint in certain things to have them connect. These 3 working together, and then on the other side be the 3 others. These are the least, in my mind, the least important, the 27s as compared to the people on the front. They were the most, to me, the most important, you know, Winehouse and Hendrix, Joplin, Morrison, Cobain. They were the best. And these guys were great too. In fact, this is my favorite down at the bottom, but it's not a lot of other people's favorite. He's from Canned Heat, and he was at Woodstock, of course, and that was the theme of Woodstock. So it's always been my favorite music. Alan Wilson. Alan Wilson was his name. Going up the country, babe, don't you wanna go? I'm going up the country, babe. Don't you wanna go? Well, I'm going someplace never been before. Well, I'm going. Water tastes like wine. Well, I'm going where the water tastes like wine. You can jump in the water, stay drunk all the time. Well, I'm leaving the city, got to get away. Whoa, leaving the city, got to get away. All this fussing and fighting, man, you know I sure can't stay. Inspiration is something that I think about quite a bit. Who impresses me and why I do what I did. I started out years ago loving Dwayne Hansen, but I realized that he actually took body molds of people and then recreated them. He didn't start from scratch as I did, so I felt that that would be more interesting to create somebody who never lived before, but that was in my style, the style of which I developed. I mean, we all have a fingerprint that's different from anybody else. There are people that sing who are not good singers, but who sell millions of records because of their style. And we have a style. I loved especially Toulouse-Lautrec, not only because I liked his drawings and the way he represented his characters, but his lifestyle. Although too much emphasis is put on an artist's lifestyle instead of his art. In some cases, I think Andy Warhol is overexposed by what he might have said rather than the work he did. I still love him because what he did was so new that it just changed the way people see art and the way art happened in the 60s and 70s, which is why I love him today. He took that chance and he made it big. But I also like Jackson Pollock, and I do nothing like him. But I like the fact that he was new and he started something that nobody did before him. So you running and screaming and crying. You got a home, babe, as long as I got mine. Oh, oh, oh. Whoa, I'm leaving the city, got to get away. Whoa, I'm leaving the city, got to get away. All this fussing and fighting, man, you know I sure can't stay. So, baby, pack your leaving trunk, you know we've got to leave today. Exactly where we're going, cannot say, but we might even leave the US of A. There's a brand new game I wanna play. No use of you running or screaming and crying. You got a home, babe, as long as I've got mine. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh, 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 oh.
Because you don't hire a sound guy, but
My specialty touch-up paint. Don't worry about scratches. Do the best you can not to. Yeah, you slip it right behind the piano.
that's what I was doing.
I guess not. It might scratch the bottom. Okay.
You were the very first pickup.
Good. I'm glad. We got rid of it for now. Curious to see what they're going to look like in about 6 months.
see it go?
No, I'm happy to see it go. It's like when people say to me, I work on a sculpture when I did wood, the wood originals, I would work 3 months on one sculpture and finish it, and then sell it, and people say, you must be sorry to see it go. I said, no, I'm so tired of looking at it, you know? And then when I see them later on at someone's home, it's really nice, so, and then it's the money. The money. So I'm anxious to see how this thing the film turns out. Yeah, well, it's amazing how much you have to do to get 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Jose, you can take that trap.
Next one down is hosted by Madison City Grill on Lemon Avenue. The sponsor is Chef Paul Madison. Paul, thank you so much. Jack Dowd is our artist. Jack, thank you. And the pianist, Peter Matback. Wonderful week. All right, folks, now the fun really begins. I want you to know that this project is being brought to you by the Arts and Cultural Alliance of Sarasota County.